welcome aboard Flight 172 from Grand Rapids, Minnesota to the Iron Range. If you haven't been over by Hibbing or Virginia area, we're going to do that today. And it's going to be pretty exciting. I've never done this by air, and so I'm taking you along. First thing we got to do is some pre-flight. So we're going to do that, and then we will be on the way. So I'm going to just set you up here. And let's see. We're going to go through our checklist here. Here we go. And airspeed is alive. 40 knots. 45. 50. 55. Airplane wants to get off the ground. There we are at 60. 65. 70. Pitching up. We're going to keep that nose pushed down. Some airspeed. We'd like to see 75 here. And there's our wind from the west. All right, so what we need to do, we are taking off, and what you see out of the nose is Grand Rapids. And so what we're going to do here is quite a bit of forward pressure. I can put in a little more nose down trim. If I can keep this thing at about 75 or 80. What we're going to do is we're going to follow Highway 169, and that's it right down there. So we're going to take a right-hand turn here. We're going to look for iron mines today. We're at about 2,200 feet. That's 2,200 feet above sea level, which is about 1,000 feet above the ground here. 169 is a 4-lane for a little while here, then it turns into 2-lane, then back to 4-lane. We are going to Hibbing. Okay, what we're looking at down there is an iron mine. It's not a lake. That is an iron mine. We're at about 3,500 feet here. Okay, so passing below us is Nashwauk, little town of Nashwauk. Highway 169 here is 4-lane, so I know that we're right above Highway 169. The next town from Nashwauk, there's a little town, and then after that is going to be Hibbing. All right, here's an iron mine. For snowmobilers, if you watch my first aviation video for snowmobilers, I kind of meant to say that I said, well, what can you do with an airplane? And what I love to do is just fly around and look at stuff. So many things, like snowmobiling, there are so many things that you can see from the air that you can't see anyplace else. There's just no other way to do it. And this is one of those examples. To try to explain this to somebody without showing it to them, it's hard to do. But oh my goodness, look at the size of that. That is a big hole. So from the late 1800s, for the last, 150 years, this has been a huge industry up here. I'm looking down here just to the left. We're passing over it now. It looks like a processing facility for taconite. Taconite is a crude form of iron ore. So it's a form of iron ore that's not quite as rich as most traditional iron ore. And it's because that the really rich stuff has been mined out of here. Oh, look at the size. I don't know if you can't really see from there, but the size of those trucks. So a truck down there looks tiny, but those things are huge. Those things are like 30 or 40 feet tall. All right, so right straight ahead is the town of Hibbing, right there. And what we're looking at here is a complex of mines known as the Hull Rust Mahoning Mine. Hull Rust Mahoning Mine. This mine is 8 miles long. It's 3.5 miles wide, 535 feet deep. Since 1896, they've been mining this iron mine, what you're looking at right now, since 1896. And they have pulled 800 million tons of iron ore out of this hole since 1896. During World War II, 25% of all the iron ore mined in the country, all of the iron ore in the country, 25% of it came from this mine, this hole. So how about those statistics? Isn't that just incredible? We're flying over the city of Hibbing. All right, looking straight ahead, so off to the left, kind of where you're pointed, we're seeing more of that Hull Rust Mahoning mine. And then just beyond that is the city of Chisholm. Chisholm. Chisholm has its own mining museum. And a lot of the towns around here, Hibbing and Chisholm among them, have had to be moved because when they first moved in here, they needed, the mining companies needed workers, needed houses for the workers, so they moved in, they built and moved in a whole bunch of houses. And as the houses are all being built, they had businesses and stores and all kinds of stuff. And so they built this stuff, and then there needed to be, there was iron ore underneath the town. So they had to pick up the entire town, all of the buildings. They picked them all up, moved them, and then set them back down again. Some of these towns have been moved several times. Pretty amazing. As we're coming over the city of Chisholm here, there's a museum, and I'm looking for the Iron Man. There it is. There it is. Can you see him? Right there, right kind of in the center, I think, where the camera is. There's a statue, a big statue. They call that the Iron Man, and that is a statue made out of, believe it or not, copper and the bronze. There's no iron in the statue itself. But anyway, they call it Iron Man because it's a tribute to iron steel workers and iron workers and iron ore workers. Oops. Pretty incredible. Fell over there. All right, so anyway, we're over the city of Chisholm. We're going over have a visitor center. The visitor center is called the Minnesota Discovery Center, and it's along Highway 169. And that is a really cool place to go if you're in the area and you're old enough to remember when Greyhound buses were all over the place. The town of Hibbing has a Greyhound bus museum. So if that's something that trips your trigger, if you like buses, they have a museum. You can see out here, there's a whole lot of nothing except trees, right? Well, down there, besides iron, there's just a ton of ATV and snowmobile trails. Northern Minnesota, and specifically northeastern Minnesota, is where I have more experience. I don't have any experience snowmobiling northwestern Minnesota, where snowmobiling was born. But northeastern Minnesota, up here in the Iron Range, and this area is absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, the The ATV trails and the snowmobile trails are unbelievable. They just go and go and go. And if you ever get a chance to come up here, do it. You know, if you this is a bucket list kind of place up here, and just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, off the left-hand side of the nose is another iron mine. I do not know which one this is. Off in the distance, you'll see another town. You see water towers and all kinds of stuff. That is the city of Virginia. Like I said, I didn't do my research on this one. This is another massive mine. You can see the terraces. Those are roads, basically, so that when the trucks climb out of the bottom of the pit, they have to drive someplace, and so they zigzag back and forth until they can finally climb up on top of this. So I don't know how tall those terraces are, maybe 20 feet, maybe a little taller. And think about that, think about how many, that's hundreds of feet there. Some of those terraces down below are really, really tall. So those might be 50 feet tall. Unbelievable. Yep, I've never seen this before. I'm glad that you guys could come along because this is really something. Highway 169, you can't see it, but as Highway 169 is off to our right now, I believe. There's a 4-lane over there. That might actually be Highway 53, because I believe Highway 53 goes between Hibbing and Virginia. Sky is a little gray over here, almost like there might be some rain showers. I don't see rain off the top of my head, but it's starting to get pretty gray, like we're going to do some rain. So I think we'll probably turn around here. We don't need to go all the way to Virginia. I think we'll turn to the left so both you, Anna, and me can see a good view of the all the mines. Wow, that is unreal. All right, we're at about 3,700 feet. Yeah, look at that. It kind of looks hazy out there. It's probably not raining, but I don't want to take a chance. And if you think we're lost, just speak up, okay? Because I don't know this area very well. So we could very well be lost. I should have checked the directional gyro so I knew which direction I was going. Hopefully, I can just head back, just do a U-turn here and head back the way we came. I'll be able to figure it out. Descend a little bit, and we'll find out what the weather's doing.
0.17 Celsius, altimeter 3005. Remarks, density altitude 2,700. Itasca County Airport, automated weather observation 0004 Zulu. Wind 260 at 03. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 25 Celsius. Dew point 17 Celsius. Altimeter 3005. Remarks, density altitude 2,700.
All right, I've heard enough. How about you guys?
Grand Rapids traffic 522 Bravo is left downwind for the grass runway. Grand Rapids.
And Grand Rapids traffic 1 Delta, turning final for runway 34, Grand Rapids. All right, I think overshot again.
Equipment traffic, Skyhawk 4493 Romeo, base runway 31, so thank you.
Okay, nice long runway, no hurry lane. There is a crosswind from the left, feel it. At 70 knots, pull back just a little bit, great. 65. Round out this flare just a little bit. Want to flare early. There we go. Runway made. Yeah. It's just weird when you got a wind coming from the west on this, at this airport. It really wants to take you with it. I had quite a bit of wind there pushing me to the right, and it's actually, the wind is so light that the measuring...
Traffic 522 Bravo, departing the rest, runway to the east, Grand Rapids.
All right, well, thanks for coming along with me today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the video turns out good, because that was pretty spectacular, flying over the Iron Range, specifically the All Rust Mahoning mine, and the mines over by Virginia. Very scenic up here, and to all snowmobilers and ATVers, this is a great place. Like I said, it's a bucket list kind of place up here, and I sincerely hope that you get a chance to go up here at least once to ride the trails and